SBR Forum's Inside the Lines is brought to you by Ladbrokes.
We are previewing Week 17 in the NFL here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We're talking right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, who has agreed to take 2 NFL games that were late-minute cancellations by other cappers. So we really appreciate you stepping up to the plate, Joe Duffy. Thanks.
Well, this is my full-time income, and it's actually more than a full-time, especially this week. I'm putting in literally about 70 hours, so I'm always going to be by my computer. I'm ready anytime you need me.
Exactly. Seasoned veterans like you, that's the difference between a rookie and a seasoned vet. Can just give an insightful analysis on, a moment's notice. It's amazing. Very impressive, and I appreciate it. Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. All right, the second game we're going to talk about, Miami, New England. New England's a 10.5-point home favorite. Again, this is one of these classic Week 17 games and line sets. New England will probably be eliminated from their bye by the time this game kicks off. So they're probably looking at a wild card game the week after. There's no pressure on Miami. They've been pretty good. They're not, obviously not world beaters, but they're decent. There is pressure on New England, but then again, maybe they want to prove something since they have been sluggish. You factor all that in with a huge line, 10.5 points. I guess my lean would be Miami, but that's a very shaky lean. So again, I'm staying way off of this one. What do you think?
Yeah, no, you bring up a good point. I was talking earlier in the year with a couple of odds makers where this week will be quite interesting, where they have where they bump the NFL starts back late. So between the early results and the kickoffs of the late game should be quite interesting watching the board light up. But in this case, Miami is a team that's they've made some good progression throughout the year, overshadowed by the big 3 rookie quarterbacks, is the fact that Ryan Tannehill's actually played pretty decent. He's been a nice rookie quarterback for Miami. He's played a little bit better each and every week. Now, there's no question a Bill Belichick coach team always comes to play to win, whether it's the preseason, whether it's a regular season game that has minimal meaning. So that's not going to be an edge. We're not going to expect that Bill Belichick's going to hold back the horses by any stretch of the imagination. Although then again, especially with his all-world quarterback Tom Brady, gets a little bit older up there, he might be slightly more tempted to do it than he has been in the past. But all in all, it's just a lot of points for a Miami team that's getting better. And, we've talked about some of the many sources we love to use for information. Probably my single best source for quote-unquote scouting information, where they break it down through the game film, et cetera, would be ESPN Scouts, Inc. And what they were saying is on the game film that New England has really struggled against these precision offenses, and that's exactly what Miami is. And in many respects, Miami is a poor man's San Francisco. They obviously aren't quite as good offensively as San Francisco, although Miami's on the way up. We know what the 49ers offense did to New England a couple weeks ago, and they run pretty similar offenses where it's the low-risk nickel and dime type offenses, and offenses like Miami have actually had success against the Patriots this year, so that's just way too many points for me.
Right. So you would lean towards Miami. So would I, but it's just one of these shaky, Week 17 games. You really just don't know how the game's going to turn out. Things could change in the middle of the game, and I think it's a pass for me.
Yeah, it is. And another one of those things I think is a little overrated, because I don't know how much teams truly look at what a player does in the final week of the year. But it was also a good point was brought up by one of my many sources. Miami has as many veterans on the final year of the contract as just about any team in the NFL. So they have a lot of veterans that do have something to play for. They're playing for the contracts for next year as well. So I'm not worried about the Dolphins' motivation, to be honest with you.
All right. Great insights, Joe Duffy, even on tough-to-handicap games in Week 17 in the NFL. Thanks so much, Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. We'll talk to you again next week when the playoffs start.